Good morning or good afternoon, depending upon where you're at, and welcome to our next financial webinar. I'm Michael Horn here at Final Frontiers, and I'm the Vice President.
My name is Scott. Last name is Vigneri, and I'll be your presenter. And I apologize for my voice. It's that time of year. I'm up near Chicago, and a lot of colds and sniffles and stuff running around. So this is a context where Zoom is a blessing.
Yes. We don't want any of those viruses going around.
Right.
Well, with that, I'll let you get started on the topic of the day, Scott.
All right. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank those of you who are in attendance, either today or maybe in the future at some point, investigating this topic. And we, are aware of many charitable ways to give money, but a lot of people aren't aware of how to give money in the workplace. And so I wanted to broach this topic today and kind of give you an idea of what is out there and what's available and how these things can happen. So we're going to talk about the benefits, some strategies, and the best practices that make up successful charitable giving programs in the workplace. And today's presentation is part of Final Frontiers Foundation, a worldwide gospel missions foundation. Their mission literally is to get the gospel to the world, and it's incredible what is being accomplished. And so we do these to help give people ideas on how they can help contribute and get the gospel out even more. We may from time to time bring up Bible verses. We're going to talk about Jesus. We're going to talk about the gospel. And I just want to tell you in advance that so you know, if it is not comfortable with you, then you're welcome to punch out. But if you're okay with that, you're welcome to stay. This is not just exclusive to fundamentalists or Baptists or anybody like that. Anybody and everybody's welcome, just so you know what we're going to be talking about. We are talking about the gospel. So if you go to the next slide, some of the benefits of workplace giving. Why do I even want to give, first of all? And it isn't necessarily about missions in this context. It can be anything. And your workplace can help you do that. And it's much simpler through payroll deductions, and we'll get into that. But some of the other benefits is that enhanced employee engagement. When we all work together for a common cause, or several of us are together on a common cause, it builds camaraderie, and we enjoy getting together and comparing notes and say, did you see what happened? In our context, 10,000 Bibles were able to be distributed over in the Philippines. Or a new church building was built in Ghana, Africa. Or a new well was drilled somewhere, in the Middle East or something like that. And we had a part in that, in the fact that we were able to contribute some funds to help with that. So we can give back to the community, and it fosters a sense of purpose and belonging among the employees. And it can help boost morale and motivation. It can improve the company's image. Corporate social responsibility is a bit of a buzzword right now, and there is definitely some good to it. These initiatives enhance a company's reputation, and that helps to attract good talent, and it helps build trust with customers. Now, we can't institute this kind of a program and expect it to work miracles, but it can help if we already have the values and we have the systems where we are working to take care of our clients, and we are working to live by our values and our core strengths. This will help enhance it. But if it's not there to begin with, it's not going to create miracles. It can strengthen the employer's branding. Companies that support charitable causes stand out in the competitive job market. job market, not in the sales market. Appealing to employees who are seeking purpose-driven work, and that is becoming more and more of an issue. People want to work somewhere where they have a purpose. People are getting away from just getting a job just to get a paycheck. And that's one of the reasons that return to office is meeting with such resistance, because they're able to work from home. They can make their contributions. They don't want to have to go back to an office where it's just a job and you punch a clock. And more people are getting away with that, away from that. And more people are starting their own businesses. And then they are bringing together people of like-minded and like spirits, using the company to help a cause. That's why they started the company, not to start a company, but to use the funds from that company to help a cause. And then they enlist other people to help in that. So engaging employees in giving back. People love to get involved. You're always going to find that one off that doesn't want to do anything, doesn't want to get involved. But for the most part, people love to get involved and they love to help. They love to share. They love to have a purpose in what they're doing. And I've seen many places where I've worked where, a lot of people, they have their job there, but when it comes like holiday time or somebody's birthday, they just go above and beyond and they love doing those kind of things. And the job is just kind of on the side because they love doing things like parties for other employees, stuff like that. It helps promote transparency, sharing details about how donations are used and the impact they can make, fosters trust and encourages participation. You can show how your contributions are helping some children in a certain area, a certain neighborhood, or helping elderly people. Help. I just saw on YouTube about this lady. She's elderly. She lost her husband decades ago, and now she's on a fixed income, and she can't keep the house up. And this guy stopped by and just is working on her house and helping her get it fixed up. And people need that, and we can help with that by doing this kind of thing. We can offer diverse options, provide a range of giving opportunities to cater to different interests and passions, from volunteering to financial contributions. We can recognize and recognize employee contributions to charitable initiatives, fostering a culture of giving and appreciation. Create a culture of giving. We can integrate giving into company culture and encouraging employees to embrace philanthropy and to see its value. And that can build, and then that can be, if you have an excited and engaged employee who loves coming to work and loves what they're doing, what the company is doing for the community or for the world at large, and that enthusiasm is communicated to potential recruits, that can catch on. And now you're building a very positive environment. There's, I think, over 1.5 million different donor advised funds. So you could pretty much pick any cause that you want. And the administration can be difficult, but there's companies out there that can help. They have software and programs that can help with all that. Donor advised funds, you do have to be careful because some of them don't always follow your directives. And it doesn't mean you can dictate necessarily where those funds go. I've heard of several cases where the donor wanted to contribute to a certain cause and the donor advised fund where they had the money didn't agree. And so denied the gift. So be careful about what donor advised funds you use. And there may be other avenues as well. Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative, CSR, is what that has come. We got ESG, and we also have CSR. Cause-related marketing. Partner with charities for campaigns that align with the company values. that can generate awareness and positive impact. You know, if you are in a cause and you're working for that cause, the people also involved may come across you and they may need your services or your product. Well, let's go with this company because they're helping in our cause as well. That can be a very real factor. To do it for that reason, that kind of takes away from them. But if you're both in the same cause and you can help, and you have a product or a service that they can help them, that can work. Environmental sustainability. You can help implement eco-friendly practices. You can help reduce waste. You can help conserve resources and promote environmental consciousness. Global impact. We are becoming more and more a global village. I am talking tomorrow with a girl from China, and I have been talking with another girl from China, and she has real estate offerings in Greece and Dubai, Abu Dhabi. And the world is getting smaller and smaller, and I have several friends from India as well. And I can never pronounce it right, but the southern western tip of India, Kerala, I think is how you pronounce it. So we're becoming a global village. And I'm sure Michael, our host, he is from England originally. So yes, we are becoming a global village. So we can have more and more global impact, and we can extend our charitable efforts beyond just, you know, our local community. We can extend our efforts around the world, such as what Final Frontiers is in helping to get the gospel out. They're doing phenomenal work in the Philippines. They're doing phenomenal work in Indonesia, in Africa, in Honduras, in South America, many, many different places. So, popular workplace giving opportunities. You can have giving campaigns. You can organize fundraising events such as raffles, bake sales. Bake sales, as long as you have brownies and cookies. That's my weakness. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Or online donation drives. With technology today, so many things are much more streamlined. Number 2, payroll deductions. Allows employees to make regular donations directly from their paycheck for seamless giving. Just every pay period, you can donate $10, $50, $100, whatever you want, to a cause that is dear to your heart. And you just can feel good about it. And it's boom, it's there every week, every month, whatever the case is. And you are doing your part to help. You can volunteer time off. Certain companies have donated employee time. You get paid while you're there volunteering for this organization. You know, I'm a member of the local YMCA, and they are very much into helping the community. And they have employees from other places that can go and help kids in certain programs, teach them. They're donating, their employer is donating their time to let the employee volunteer to help these children. You can do something like that. Encourage employee participation in volunteer programs, providing paid time off for volunteering activities. Matching donations. Match employee donations, amplify their impact, and encourage greater participation. You can set up a program where if they give $10, you'll give another additional $10. So instead of that organization getting $10, they get 20. And that even amps up the excitement even more. Donation matching and volunteer programs. Again, you can double the impact of employee contributions, encouraging greater generosity and engagement. You can partner with local organizations, connect with charities that align with the company values and employee interest, fostering meaningful partnerships. Many communities have a community foundation, and you can reach out to that community foundation and they can give you ideas, or you can just help with different projects that they have. You can organize team volunteer events, encourage collaboration and team building through volunteering experiences and fostering a sense of unity and purpose. Best practices for successful workplace giving. Have clearly defined goals, establish specific objectives and measurable outcomes to guide the program development and track progress. When you have a plan and specific objectives, and you can show that you're meeting those objectives, it encourages the employees. But if people are just tossing money in a bucket and they're not getting any feedback about what's happening, they'll probably stop giving after a while. And the morale will start dropping and the engagement will start being reduced. So it helps promote employee engagement, create a culture of giving, encouraging participation, and celebrating employee contributions. And then partner with reputable organizations and do your due diligence and make sure it's a good organization. And make sure that, like I said, in the case of donor advised funds, that they align with what you want to accomplish, so that when you do want to make that gift, they will honor that desire. So collaborate with charities that align with company values and demonstrate transparency and accountability. Now, I don't want to make it sound like all these donor advised funds are out there and they just want your money and they won't cooperate. That's not true. You just need to know that there are some out there that are like that. So just make sure they match what you want to do. Measuring the impact of workplace philanthropy. Number one, it can lead to increased engagement. Track employee participation rates. Keep track of attendance, volunteer hours, and donation contributions. Number two, it can lead to an improved reputation. Monitor media mentions, social media engagement, and customer feedback. In fact, promote it. Do your part and post it in places like Facebook or LinkedIn, or call your local newspaper and say, we just had an initiative to help these children in a reading program, something like that. 3, positive social impact. Evaluate the tangible outcomes of charitable programs and measure their impact on the community. How much of an impact did that program have? And if it didn't have the impact, then find something different that has the impact that you want. There's many out there. You can even develop your own if needed. All right. I think that was the last page.
Yep, that was. Great. One question, obviously there's a lot of benefits to having a workplace charitable giving program. What's the typical kind of costs involved for a business when they set up one of these programs?
That's quite variable, and it depends on the business. It depends on how many employees there are. It depends on how much they contribute. And typically, there's very little cost. And there can be, I can't even make a suggestion as to cost because it varies so much. If I have a 10,000 employee business, it's going to cost more, but per employee, it's going to be, 50 cents per employee, but it's going to cost them, $5,000, $50,000. Whereas if we had 100 employees, that the cost per employee would be higher. There also, next week, we're going to talk about ways that can help offset any costs, and maybe not as net zero, but can help reduce costs. Some other programs that could be out there that are not part, but when you take them and put them into conjunction and work with each other, the net result is a reduced cost. And I'll go into that in more detail next month. That's why I made this a 2-part series.
Awesome.
But there are several organizations out there that have the software and can get them set up, and ways to reduce taxes. So the net cost usually is you come out ahead after it's all said and done because of the tax implications or tax advantages, I should say.
Awesome. Well, that looks like that's it for the questions. So we'll be following up in I guess next month with part 2. And we'll have this up on YouTube for anybody who wants to rewatch or catch up.
And I apologize for the voice. I did kind of breeze through it a little bit to help you endure less and less of the pain. I sound horrible, but I don't feel bad at all. It doesn't hurt or anything like that. But so,
Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. You'll have a wonderful afternoon and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Have a good one.